The Cape Peninsula University of Technology is continuing to lend a hand in the fight against youth unemployment. It's hosting its inaugural Technopreneurship Conference this week under the theme Competing in the Post-Pandemic Era of Globalization, the Missing 21st Century Skills.
So to find out more about this, let's bring in Michael Tumdako, who is the founder and the project leader of the university's Business Innovation and Incubation Center. Dr. Michael, thank you so much for your time this morning. Certainly, it has really shifted the global economy into unprecedented moments, particularly South Africa, if we're looking at where digitization has had to take front row and center in the way in which we operate our businesses, just obviously following the COVID-19 pandemic. But let's talk a little bit about what are we hoping actually will come out of this conference, especially as we try to tackle South Africa's unemployment rate.
Good morning, Morena. Good morning, Faith, and good morning to your viewers. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to put into context what we're doing at Cape Peninsula University at the business faculty. Technopreneurship Conference, which was sponsored by the British Council, is a platform to bring all the entrepreneurship initiatives in the country as well as the continent onto one platform to share ideas as to how we can improve, because there are so many initiatives that are not creating the jobs, but yet resources are being used. So the conference is to bring all these experts together on one platform, share ideas, talk about it, and then develop a report that will refine what we're doing so that we can integrate it to improve graduate employability. At Cape Peninsula University in the Faculty of Business and Management Sciences, the British Council gave us £100,000 to be able to establish an infrastructure that will prepare these students not only creating ideas, but ideas that are driven by technology that will be able to transform society. And so the conference, students will also be pitching where they had come from and what kind of products and services they might be going out as students to be able to implement either as entrepreneurs or as entrepreneurs and enterprise creation graduates.
Dr. Michael, there are a number of youth development agencies, youth development programs. There are a number of initiatives in this country that aim to do exactly what it is, of course, the CPUT is looking to do in this particular initiative. I mean, realistically, what is the realistic hope, at least for success, in ensuring that once this conference at least is done, you can have perhaps one or two really budding entrepreneurs coming out of it? And I asked this question to add on to it to say, will there be essentially a follow-up, of this program, and ensuring that once you equip a graduate or you equip a learner, that you follow through with what it is you've equipped them with, and making sure that they actually do see it through? Because it's one thing to equip someone, but it's another thing to ensure that you support them all the way through.
Yes, you're right. The infrastructure that we have created now at the university is to continuously, in person as well as digitally, to continue to monitor, coach, and mentor the students who have come through that infrastructure. It's not every student will be able to come out with a very good idea or a product or services that can change society, but those who will come out of the process will continue to be mentored and coached, and also be given the opportunity to attract venture capital to make it a big thing. So the process, this particular conference is going to be an annual conference that will always bring people together, people with different initiatives. Universities, we are looking at almost about 60% of the universities on the continent south of Sahara that will be participating in this conference. So it's not only South Africa that we will be presenting those initiatives, but across the continent, where the students and researchers and people into entrepreneurship development will be making presentation as to how we can establish it and continuously monitor our students and improve their employability and giving them the opportunity to create enterprises.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about private partnerships when it comes to this initiative, because Dr. Michael, it's one thing to have a great initiative such as this, but if it's not supported by private stakeholders that are able then to materialize some of the prototype, for example, that the students will be putting before you. I mean, it's great to have ideas. It's great to have these prototypes. And then oftentimes when it comes to technology related products, a lot of them cost money just to get from ideation through design thinking to prototyping, where you're able then to showcase what it would actually look like and the tangibility of it, right? So how are we faring in being able to not only attract those that want to showcase their innovation, but those that want to actually invest? Venture capitalists you're speaking of, angel investors you make mention of, these are all individuals that will want a return on investment, but there also has to be an appetite for them to be able to invest in this. So how are we faring in being able to attract some of those guys that are able to put money behind the work?
Yeah, thank you, Faith. You see, this project has got other partners. We have an ecosystem partner, Snake Nation, who the company is our industry link. And his role is to identify companies or the private sector players who are prepared to put money into this process that we have embarked on. And we've got many people who got appetite, particularly they feel that the next big thing in this world will be coming from a university campus. And so they are ready to put money in to assist the student. But what the challenge we're going through is that from ideation, as you're saying, sometimes needs money, and that is where the money doesn't come in. The money comes in at the end of the process, where there is a product and service where the venture capitalists feel that they're going to make money or there's a return on investment. But before you get there, you need money, and that is why the university has established a structure so that at least we can, through that structure, get to the point where venture capitalists will come in. There are over 700,000 venture capitalists in the world, spending billions every year in that. We need to attract that, and we have put the structures in place to be able to attract venture capitalists when it comes to the end of the process, where the incubation, because we have got infrastructure for incubation. So when the students get to incubation, they will pitch that idea to venture capitalists, and then they can be invested in it. So the prototyping and those things can come in at the incubation level to attract the venture capital that is needed to make it a big thing.
Well, Dr. Michael, thank you very much just for letting us in and helping us understand exactly what it is. Of course, the CPUT with the Business Innovation and Incubation Center are looking to do. We leave it there with you. Of course, that is Dr. Michael Tumdako, who is the project leader of the Business Innovation and Incubation Center at the Cape Peninsula University of Technology.